must not treat with contempt the one who does not. And the one who does not eat everything must not judge the one who does. For God has accepted them. For who are you to judge someone else's servant? To their own master, servants stand or fall.
Oh, amen. That's deep.
Meaning us.
Oh, master, right.
Us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
right
saying?
there.
People
Right.
with this worldly ears,
Right.
they would think of a servant of a house.
Right.
We're the servants.
Right, man.
You know what I'm saying? So be obedient. Yeah. And will stand, for the Lord is able to make them stand. One person considers one day more sacred than another. Another considers every day alike. Each of them should be fully convinced in their own mind. Whoever regards one day as special does so to the Lord.
Yeah. Right there, man.
So that goes back to what you were saying.
Right.
These little frivolous matters about, no, let's worry about doing what we need to do to get to the kingdom.
Right. And even in that about days too. People saying you got to go to church on Saturday.
Yeah.
People saying you got to go to church on Sunday. But one person might go Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
But all of it is to the glory of God.
Or one person might be in church activities in the church 7 days a week.
Right.
You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely, right.
Yeah.
We shouldn't
Bible
judge them
studies.
because of what they, going to church, but continue to fellowship, continue to highly esteem and provoke them to good works and love. You know what I mean?
You know, they call them, right? They call them Bible thumpers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that used to be something that I used to like put out there as a prerequisite. Not prerequisite, but just like I forgot what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But because of when I was like, thought I was walking right with Christ, and I would tell them about, Christ or, my walk, I would say, first thing on my mouth, I go to church, I pray, but I'm not a Bible thumper.
Right.
What's wrong with being a Bible thumper?
Right,
You was a beat thumper.
Right.
You was a drum thumper. You was a female thumper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You was every thumper in the other world. What's wrong with this? Why can't you be a thumper of this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's one of the ways one of the enemies are trying to dumb down the word.
Yeah.
And as you see them on the word, you scared, go to church. They say stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you know Jesus in his wrath, if you scared, you better come on and cry. It ain't about being scared if you want to save your life.
Yeah.
But see, Satan has fully convinced people that if you scared, go to church.
Yeah.
Or if you scared, go with God. You hear me?
Yeah.
And then when Satan closed that door and you end up in hellfire, you see how he tricked you. You hear me?
I ain't met a man that ain't been scared to die yet. I mean, that didn't get scared that wasn't living right. I'm saying it living right.
Have a natural sense,
And I ain't got to be there to know that.
Right.
Every
But that's what the word talks about in these days, men not having natural affections.
Mm-hmm.
See, your senses to being scared and smell and see and taste, all of that works. So if I'm not scared to go around a bunch of my enemies and they shoot me down dead, something's wrong with that.
Something wrong with
but
that.
as we move in life, it's saying, men are not going to be, they're going to be, not having that affection, the natural affection that they need.
Childish things.
Right, doing all kind of stuff.
Yeah, put
Your
on
hardened heart, hardened feelings, all that stuff will get you, man.
The devil is a good trickster, man. I'm gonna tell you. You guys know he's a trickster. He's a conniving, low-down, scandalous individual. So I finished up regards to the day as a special. So there's the Lord. Okay. Whoever eats the meat does so to the Lord.
Right.
For they give thanks to God, and whoever abstains does so to the Lord, and gives thanks to God.
Right.
7. For none of us dies for ourselves alone. 8. If we live for the Lord.
Amen.
If we die for the Lord.
Amen.
So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord.
Amen.
No matter what, if you go to heaven or hell, you belong to the Lord. You've been predestined there. Wherever you go, you belong. Believe me. That's what people got it twisted. They think if they do decide to choose the devil's path, that they still ain't account. Look, God owns everything above the earth, in the earth, and under earth.
Right, but see, it's gonna be God the reason why they're there.
Exactly.
But it ain't gonna just be because they wanted to go there, but God sent many people along their journey to get their attention, so they don't have to go there.
Yeah.
See, and that's the part that people miss out on when you don't have those natural affections.
Yeah.
To where you can stop for people and sense and be scared and know who's in your presence.
Yeah.
Remember what the word said. Let's continue to provoke each other to good works, but let's continue to have that brotherly love, because some have entertained angels unaware.
Gotcha.
So there's people coming up to you, you don't even know who they is, unaware, but unbeknownst to you,
Like the guy holding the
by
sign.
trying to get your attention, to
But listen, like
steer
the
you
guy
away from the fire, right?
But there's all. But what does it
Right,
say-
like the guy holding the sign too could be that too,
What
yeah.
does it say in the Bible? I don't want to misquote about entertaining God's angels.
Right,
You know what I'm
unaware.
saying?
Yeah, the one I was just saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
So that's the same thing. Not
Right.
that I'm riding around giving out dollars because
Right.
I'm like, oh, he might be in it. Nah.
Right. But just like you said in the spirit,
Yeah.
alerted you to do that.
Yeah.
When you feel a conviction or spirit saying, give him that fire, then you made that move. You know what I mean? That's different. You rolling up to the people claiming they want tacos, but they looking like they're smoking drugs and
Yeah.
just want to throw your tacos away and
Yeah.
just want to, you know what I mean? And you keep riding on, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Ain't nothing moving your spirit or nothing when it came to them.
Ain't nothing moving. So I think the important, and there's meat here.